Hello and welcome. You're watching our continuous coverage of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar's demise. What led to the fatal Baramati crash? What's next for Mahayuti and NCP? And on top of all of this, how does Ajit Pawar's plane crash send tremors through Maharashtra politics? We will be tracking that very closely on the show tonight. Well, the investigation into the tragic plane crash that killed Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar is now intensifying. But amid all of this, some very important questions remain unanswered. As to number one, what led to the crash and what transpired in the final few moments, the last 26 minutes before that lethal jet crash before landing at the Baramati runway. Here's more in our next report.
Ajit Pawar, the people's hero, and his untimely death, which raises some critical questions. The last 26 minutes of Ajit's flight are very crucial in understanding what led to the crash. Baramati is an uncontrolled airfield, and information is relayed through the flying training organizations in Baramati. At 8:18 a.m., the aircraft first came in contact with Baramati, and at the next call, they were allowed to come down for landing at the pilot's discretion if weather conditions were suitable. The aircraft's crew then inquired about the persisting wind conditions and were told the conditions were calm and visibility was around 3,000 meters. As the plane was on the final approach to runway 11, they couldn't see the runway. The crew aborted the landing and attempted a second landing, also known as a go-around. After the go-around, the crew were asked to report their positions and whether the runway was in sight. Upon confirmation from the crew, they were cleared for a second landing. At 8:43 a.m., the aircraft was cleared for landing. However, the crew did not give a readback of the landing clearance. The aircraft descended, and at 8:44 a.m., the ATC saw the flames at the runway landing area. The investigation of the crash continues, and we wait for some critical questions to be answered. With Sharad Gupta, an NDTV Bureau Report.
Well, a lot of reactions have been pouring in since morning on the passing away of the Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister for 6 times, Ajit Pawar. While the Bengal Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, has clearly said that there should be some kind of an investigation and inquiry into that fatal crash, a lot of leaders have perhaps remembered Maharashtra's tall leader, Ajit Pawar, who was also known as the architect of modern Baramati. Listen in to all the reactions that have been pouring in as the country today remembers Ajit Pawar.
देखिए, बहुत दुख की बात है। स्वयं वरिष्ठ नेता शरद पवार जी ने बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से कहा है कि एक हादसा हुआ है, हादसे में दुखद इस प्रकार से मौत हुई है और इस पर राजनीति न की जाए। लेकिन मुझे इस बात का बहुत दुख है कि आज हम लोग किस कगार पर खड़े हैं कि किसी के मौत पर भी इस प्रकार की गंदी और ओछी राजनीति की जाती है। मुझे बहुत दुख है कि ममता दीदी जिस प्रकार से राजनीति में नीचे के स्तर पर जा रही है, ये अपने आप में बहुत ही दुखदाई है, बहुत ही गलत है। इस प्रकार का बयान उनको नहीं देना चाहिए था। इस प्रकार से एक हमारे बहुत करीबी और महाराष्ट्र के लाडले नेता के निधन पर राजनीति करके उनका अपमान करना ये बहुत गलत बात है।
दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना जो मैंने सुनी तब मुझे भरोसा ही नहीं हुआ, विश्वास ही नहीं हुआ। अभी हम बारामती जाके आए। बारामती में अजीत दादा पवार जी के परिवार से सब मिले हम लोग। सभी परिवारजन बहुत ही काफी दुखी कष्टी है। ये न सहने वाला दुख है और अभी मुझे भी भरोसा नहीं हो रहा है कि अभी भी अजीत दादा हमारे में नहीं है, क्योंकि एक दिलदार स्पष्ट वक्ता, जो रोक टोक बोलने वाला, जो काम होने वाला उसको तुरंत करने वाला, जो नहीं होने वाला उसको ना बोलने वाला, ऐसा हमारा एक सहयोगी आज हमारे में नहीं रहा है।
लेण्याची शक्ती ज्याच्यात आहे अशा व्यक्तीला महाराष्ट्र मोकळा हे काही नुकसान झालं हे भरून निघणार नाही, पण सगळ्याच गोष्टी आपल्या हातात असतात. मी आज मीडियासमोर येणार नसतो, परंतु काही विरोध करतात हा अपराध याच्यामागे काहीतरी राजकारण आहे अशा प्रकारची भूमिका कलकत्त्यावरून मांडली गेली. याच्यात राजकारण नाही, हा निवड अपघात आहे. त्याच्या यातना महाराष्ट्राला आम्हा सगळ्यांना सतत असतात उभा करून इथं राजकारण आणू नये एवढंच सांगायचं.
Well, the runway where Ajit Pawar's plane crashed is a tabletop runway, and tabletop runways are perhaps more dangerous than the regular ones. My colleague Shivarur explains more.
What happened to the aircraft that crashed, killing Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar and 4 other people? The final seconds of a second video obtained by NDTV definitely holds at least part of the key, because this captures the aircraft in its final moments. And what does it show? It establishes that the aircraft was not straight and level when it hit the ground, but had actually abruptly turned onto its side, almost 90 degrees. This is extremely unusual during the final approach phase of an aircraft, because an aircraft obviously has to be flat as it goes down towards the runway. This aircraft had turned completely and abruptly onto its side, which means either there was some kind of mechanical failure, there was some kind of a stall which forced the aircraft to spin out of control, or it was a deliberate maneuver by the crew in order to veer the aircraft away from some place. Now, there are a number of reasons why this could have happened, but to speculate upon that would be jumping the gun on an investigation that is currently on. Disorientation, confusion over commands, over air traffic control, all of these could be possible. Remember that the place where it crashed was just meters to the left-hand side of a tabletop runway in Baramati. But the fact that this aircraft flipped onto its side and not as previously imagined, went down in a controlled manner into terrain will provide an additional and potentially troubling layer of information and data to the investigators.
While the investigation is going on as to what led to that fatal Baramati crash, the question right now is not just what's next for the NCP and for the Mahayuti, but also all eyes are on the Pawar family. The family right now is grief-stricken. Everybody, they are in Baramati as we speak to pay their last rites to Ajit Pawar. This monumental tragedy has perhaps united the Pawars. Of course, they also joined hands before the elections. But this tragedy has united the family. What's next? Our next report telling you more.
Shock, grief, tears, disbelief in the extended Pawar family after the tragic and sudden death of Ajit Pawar in a plane crash in the home turf of Baramati. As the news flashed of Ajit's death, Patriarch Sharad Pawar, daughter Supriya Sule and Ajit's wife Sunetra rushed to Baramati from Delhi, where they had come for the parliament session. A visibly shaken Sharad Pawar landed in a chopper in Baramati and straight away went to the hospital to receive his nephew's body. Ajit was the son of Sharad Pawar's elder brother. Sharad Pawar was the political mentor, guru and father figure to Ajit Pawar before their bitter split in 2023. Ajit's wife Sunetra also reached Baramati, grief-stricken and heartbroken at her personal loss. Ajit's nephew and Sharad Pawar faction MLA Rohit broke down as he made his way into the hospital. A distraught Supriya Sule, Ajit's cousin, also reached Baramati. An inconsolable sister, unable to accept that her brother was suddenly gone. Just last month, Supriya had shared heartwarming videos of Ajit dancing with his nephew Rohit Pawar at the wedding of Ajit's son, Jay. The family that had gone through a bitter split in 2023 had started to come together in the recent month. The two sides joined hands for the Maharashtra civic polls, and Supriya and Ajit jointly campaigned in Pimpri Chinchwad and Pune. There were growing talks of a merger in the near future. But destiny struck in its cruelest way. With Ajit Pawar's death, the Pawar family and the NCP are at a crossroads. Will the tragedy bring the house of Pawars together, or will it lead to a battle for control and supremacy? An NDTV Bureau report.
Condolences are also pouring in from across politicians, from across the spectrum on Ajit Pawar's death. His home turf, Baramati, is now mourning his Dada's death. The next report telling you more.
Baramati, mourning its favorite Dada. Tears in tributes to their beloved leader, Ajit Dada Pawar. Baramati and the Pawar family have been synonymous in politics for decades. The now prosperous sugar-producing belt is where Ajit Pawar's political journey started over 3 decades ago. It was here that a young Ajit Pawar, still in his uncle's shadow, learned the game of politics and power, and was molded into the hard-nosed politician who would later play a starring role in reshaping, perhaps for all time, Maharashtra's political landscape. And it was here, many years later, that Pawar's journey came to an end. Pawar was a 7-time MLA from Baramati Assembly constituency, winning his first election in 1991. And Baramati did not have another MLA since then. In these 3 decades, Ajit Pawar went from the Congress to the NCP when Sharad Pawar broke ranks with the Grand Old Party and founded the NCP. And more recently, Ajit Pawar led a rebellion against his uncle that split the NCP. But irrespective of which party or symbol he represented, the Baramati Vidhan Sabha seat backed Dada. Ajit Pawar exercised a strong influence over cooperative boards in Baramati and had the image of a development man. It is this support at the grassroots that gave him the confidence to rebel against his uncle, a political giant who founded the party. Ajit Dada Pawar shared a close and personal bond with the people of Baramati, always seen among them, with them. Pawar's working style was defined by pace and presence, sharp, direct, and rooted in daily political contact. He remained active till his last day and died on the way to address public meetings ahead of local polls in his Karm Bhumi, Baramati. Bureau Report, NDTV.
While investigation is underway as to what led to that fatal Baramati crash, Ajit Pawar's last interview in the very same aircraft that crashed today. Well, NDTV's Rahul Kulkarni spoke with him on January 13th. Take a look.
देश की ऑडियंस आपको देख रहे हैं तो शायद ऐसा तो नहीं कि दोनों राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस जो है अभी साथ में आ रही है, जो आपके मनमुटाव थे, चूंकि आपने पिंपरी चिंचवड में कहा भी, अभी जो हुआ सो हो गया।
नहीं, क्या हुआ इस चुनाव में हमारे कार्यकर्ता जो है, कैंडिडेट जो होना चाहते थे, उन्होंने हमें भी बताया, उनको भी बताया, और अकेले लड़कर अगर वोटों का बंटवारा हुआ तो कैंडिडेट का नुकसान होता है। तो जो भी हमारा कार्यकर्ता है वो चुनाव उन्होंने जीतना चाहिए, और वो जीतने के लिए अगर बंटवारा न होते हुए दोनों साइड के वोट अगर मिल गए तो रिजल्ट थोड़ा बहुत ठीक आने की संभावना रहती है।
ये आगे जाके भी होगा?
नहीं, अभी तो मैंने खाली कॉरपोरेशन के चुनाव के बारे में मेरा सोचना चालू है, और उसके बाद जिला परिषद तालुका पंचायत, ये इस पे हम सब ध्यान देने वाले हैं। और उसमें तुरंत बाद अपना इस साल का बजट आने वाला है 23 फरवरी को, 23 फरवरी 2026, इसमें मुझे बजट पेश करना है। तो ये सब काम में मैं बहुत बिजी हूँ। हमने उस एंगल से कुछ सोचा नहीं।
तो जो दिल्ली में चर्चा है कि जो राष्ट्रवादी है शरद पवार का गुट, वो भी एनडीए का सहयोगी सदस्य बनना चाहता है,
मुझे बेमार,
आपको पता है? और सुप्रिया सुले भी शायद मिनिस्टर बनेगी, ये भी कहा जा रहा है।
नहीं, क्या होता है, अभी जैसे बीच में बहुत दिन उद्धव ठाकरे साहब की शिवसेना और राज ठाकरे जी की मन से एक आ सकती है, एक हो सकती है, एक हो सकती है, साथ साथ चुनाव लड़ सकती है। उन्होंने पार्टी अलग अलग रखी है, सही है ना? पार्टी तो अलग अलग, उन्होंने कुछ कैंडिडेट खड़े किए, इन्होंने कुछ कैंडिडेट
तो, लेकिन दोनों आपस में एक साथ चुनाव मिलकर
जैसे भाजपा शिवसेना इतने सालों से मिलकर लड़ रही है, वैसे अभी ये दोनों साथ साथ आए हैं, तो उन पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को ठीक लगता है, और उन पार्टियों के वोटर जो है उनको भी ठीक लगता है कि चलो अच्छा हो रहा है। ऐसा मैंने से शिवसेना के बारे में,
वही एनसीपी के भी बारे में है, ऐसा आप बताना
वैसा अभी जो वोटर है एनसीपी का, जो पवार साहब कुछ चाहते हैं या हम पार्टी चलाते, हमारे भी थोड़ा बहुत कुछ वोटर है, वो दोनों वोटर को अच्छा लगता है कि चलो।
Ajit Pawar's demise has left a major void. The question is, what's next for NCP? What's next for Mahayuti? And what's next for the two factions? Will the factions unite post Ajit's demise, or will there be a new political picture painted? Who are the top contenders, perhaps the successors who will take Ajit Pawar's position? Our next report decoding all of that and what's to come. Take a look.
With Ajit Pawar's sudden death, the question over NCP's future looms large. Ajit Pawar built the new NCP around his name, image, and authority. His death came amid speculation of a reunion with the NCP faction led by his uncle Sharad Pawar, with both parties contesting civic polls unitedly. Apart from the merger, question remains over who will lead the 40-plus MLAs of the Ajit faction. Ajit Pawar's wife, Sunetra, is being seen as the next successor. But she has till now been a low-profile political spouse. She lost the 2024 Lok Sabha election to Supriya Sule and has since been nominated to Rajya Sabha. Focus is also on the sons, Parth and Jay Pawar. Parth made a brief and failed political debut in 2019 when he contested 2019 Lok Sabha polls. He was then billed as the third-generation Pawar, but has been inactive in politics since his defeat. Unlike his cousin Rohit Pawar, who built a base through assembly politics, Parth has not developed a constituency network or cadre following. Observers also put Praful Patel in the race to the NCP top. He is the NCP's most seasoned strategist and one of its founding figures. Patel shifted to Ajit Pawar's camp during the 2023 split, lending the faction legitimacy and organizational depth. Widely respected as a troubleshooter, Patel has never been a mass leader and does not command a strong electoral base in Maharashtra. Then there is the question of the much talked about merger. Will it go ahead or hit a leadership bump? The two camps of the NCP dropped broad hints that they are considering a reunion and not just a one-time political arrangement. Cousins Ajit Pawar and Supriya Sule addressed joint press conferences, and both camps said their workers want the two factions to reunite.
ठीक है, खबरें तो होती है. हमारा तो पूना म्यूनसिपल कॉरपोरेशन और पीएमसी में अभी अलायंस हुआ है. आगे देखते हैं. अभी जिला परिषद इलेक्शन है. बहुत सारी चीज़ें होनी है.
Will the planned merger go ahead? That's the big question staring at the two NCP factions. With Ajit Pawar gone, will his family and loyalists be ready to once again go under the leadership of Sharad Pawar and by extension of Supriya Sule, who is a clear number 2 in that faction of the NCP? And will the senior Pawar side accept a new leader? Bureau Report, NDTV.